All right, on to the next part, product testing. So we had a lot of people ask about product testing. How long should I take until I decide if a product is a winner or not? How much do you spend on a product when testing it? How do you know when it's time to change the product? Now, I think I might have to actually make a whole separate video for this because there's a lot of things I can talk about here and there's kind of a lot of detail that goes into it. But here's the quick and dirty. So after you start running ads, there's really only 3 places that you can be. You can be profitable, you can be break even or close to it, and you can just be straight unprofitable. Now, most of the time, you're going to end up in that 3rd category and maybe in that 2nd category. Very rarely right off the bat are you just going to be automatically profitable. So first thing to keep in mind is that you need to wait at least 2 to 5 days to see any sort of results. And in those 2 to 5 days, you need to be spending at bare minimum, this is like on the really low side, you need to spend at least $100 in my opinion. I'm not saying this is the only way to do things, but this is how I do things. So there you go. Now, after those 2 to 5 days and after spending at least $100, not only do you want to look at the results, but you want to look at the way the results are trending. If day by day your ads are starting to perform better, even if they're not profitable, even if they're not close to break even, if the results are starting to get better, your CPM is decreasing, your CTR is increasing, then you might want to leave them on and let them run a little bit because sometimes it can take a little bit more time for Facebook to optimize. That said, I do have some general heuristics I use to kind of decide whether or not to kill a product, when to stop testing it and move on, or when to change the angle or something like that. The first one is if I'm just completely unprofitable after testing a product for 2 to 5 days and spending at least $100, then I'll make some sort of a big change. Now, a big change is going to be something relating to the market, the angle, or the offer. And if you want to learn more about that, there are some videos on my channel. I'll link them in the description down below that go over kind of market, angle, offer, and how these things all work. So I'll do that. If after another 2 to 5 days and spending at least $100, it still is completely unprofitable, not showing any signs of promise, then maybe I'll do that 1 or 2 more times. If that doesn't work, then I'm just going to move on to a new product. The thing you don't want to do, and the thing that a lot of people do is spend a small amount of money, less than $100, or maybe even more than $100, but you don't change anything. And you spend money to test the product, but you don't actually test anything else. You don't test a different audience, you don't test a different angle, you don't test a different offer. You just run the product with one combination of these things and it doesn't work, and then you're like, oh well, this product doesn't work, on to the next one. If you've gone through and you've watched some of my videos, you'll understand that it's not just about the product. The market, the angle, and the offer also have a huge impact on the results that you're gonna get. And if the only thing you're testing is the product and not these 3 things, then you're just gonna jump from product to product to product. It's probably never gonna work because your marketing sucks. It's not even the product at all. It's probably just because your marketing sucks, and you're just gonna get frustrated and probably quit. So if it's unprofitable, that's what I'll do. Now, if we're in the 2nd category, which is kind of break even or close to it, then usually what I'll do there is make some smaller tweaks. Instead of making huge changes like market, angle, offer, I'll make small changes like different ad creatives, different ad copies, maybe adding some sort of upsells or things to increase the average order value on the website, and basically just try to optimize things a bit so that, okay, I'm pretty close to break even or I'm breaking even now. What can I do to get it profitable? Usually these things are not anything super crazy, and you really just have to hone in what you're doing and make it just a little bit better. And really, I'll just follow this process over and over again. And with enough testing, with enough changes to the market, angle, offer, if it's not doing very well at all, or just the creative, the copy, things on the website, if it's close to break even or something like that. Now, it's really hard to give hard and fast numbers for this because it really does depend on the specific situation. But these are kind of some of the general rules that I use and that I abide by when I'm testing different products. Let me know if you guys want me to go more into depth on that. I can honestly make an entire video about that. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you want to see.